Gresh and Ruthie. All right, we want to start on the offensive side of the ball, guys. Is this going to be a run-first team with the complement of running backs and Tom Brady's age? Are they going to run the ball more than pass the ball this year?
Go ahead, Ruthie.
I'm going to go ahead and say initially, yes. I think initially, we'll see kind of how it transpires and what kind of this collection of wide receivers turns into. There's still so many question marks around it, but I'm going to say they're really going to rely heavily on Sony Michel, James White, maybe even incorporate a little bit of Damian Harris. You have that Rex Burkhead. You just have such a deep running back group. It's so tough to pick against those guys and old reliables too, right? I mean, guys like James White and Sony Michel, who has supposedly just improved his game all around in the offseason.
Look, they do what they need to do against the opponent, so their game plan first. However, the question is, what are they going to do when it really comes down to the proverbial rent is due, 2 minutes to go? How are we closing out a game? It's by being physical and running the ball. So to me, that makes them a run-first team.
I think in the positions where they're supposed to run the ball, they'll execute well, but I think it's going to be a little bit more pass because Rob Gronkowski isn't there, and they have some offensive line changes, as we've noted earlier on in the show. So I think it's going to be a lot of quick action. I think there's going to be a lot of screen passes, and I think Brady's going to want to get the ball out of his hands, at least early on in the season. More, you mentioned the O-line, the receivers and other positions sort of in flux with some new folks there. Bigger concern, O-line or receivers? I think it's a close call, but I think it's got to be O-line because I think that starts the protection for Tom Brady. If he has the protection and the time to distribute the ball to his receivers, then it obviously starts with the offensive line. So if they can be good, then the receivers can have their money.
It's a ripple effect. I mean, you can't throw the ball until you're protected. So you got to be able to solidify this group that's all of a sudden been shaken up, 2 weeks before the season starts with David Andrews going on IR.
They've traded for veteran depth. I think the O-line is set. Plus, they've got Dante Scarnecchia. What you can't figure out is your often troubled wide receiver in Josh Gordon going to get into trouble? Right. Is an aging Julian Edelman going to get hurt again? And can Demaryius Thomas get back to his old level? You lose 3 offensive linemen. They traded for 3 where I think Scarnecchia can patch it up. You lose those 3 wide receivers, they are screwed.
I know, that leads us to our next point. Thomas or Gordon, do either of them make an initial impact week 1?
Week 1?
Week 1.
Woo, I'd say yes.
Who has a bigger impact? I think Tom Brady hasn't thrown a pass to Demaryius Thomas ever. I think it's probably Gordon.
It's Josh Gordon because he's going to be the guy that's going to set the coverage. And even if Brady only throws to him twice, there's a chance that it's 2 plays for 60 yards and a touchdown.
We've seen what Josh Gordon can do in this offense, so I think that's what Tom Brady will rely on. But if Demaryius Thomas is healthy, I don't know, you should look out for him. Ooh, he looked great in that 4th preseason game. Then he gets cut, everyone freaks out, and then he comes back.
And he was catching passes from Jarrett Stidham
against 4th stringers who went to Bemidji State. All due respect to Gunner.
Covered by the Sheboygan Express.
All right, well, the Patriots see the Steelers again, which is an obvious question. Is Pittsburgh a playoff team? Maybe a divisional round opponent come January?
I don't have them in the playoffs this year. However, that division is really difficult to handicap. Everybody loves the Browns. Then you get the Steelers and the Ravens have a quarterback that I don't believe in. So any one of those 3 can win this division. I'm saying no because I don't know if that guy is that good a coach.
I have the Steelers in the playoffs because I think what's interesting about them is that what the talk around the Patriots locker room has been about the Steelers is that they know that they're happy to just be playing football with no AB, no Le'Veon Bell, no drama is the big part of this team, and they're just excited to go out there and prove themselves. And I think Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be the guy that's going to be leading that charge.
Ben Roethlisberger really excited he doesn't have to babysit Antonio Brown anymore. All right, here's this good hypothetical I thought up. Kudos to me. If Big Ben and Tom Brady switched teams, so Brady went to Pittsburgh in 2000, and in 2004, Roethlisberger went to New England. How many Super Bowls does Brady have in Pittsburgh? How many does Ben have with Belichick in New England?
I would say Ben's got 3 in New England, and Brady's still got 3 with the Steelers because he would have dragged one of those coaches to a Super Bowl. Like you put old Tom Brady when he wasn't throwing it 600 times a year with Bill Cowher, that really would have worked.
3-3, so you think Brady goes from 6 to 3 and Ben gets 1 more with Belichick than he did with Tom?
Sure, because regardless of what people think, one guy just doesn't win a championship. Like everybody freaks out over, gotta have the quarterback, gotta have this, gotta have that. If you don't have a team, you are not going. I'm just saying, if you don't have a team, you ain't gonna win at all.
Roethlisberger would have 5.
5? That's ambitious. Yes. I would say
Belichick
3
would
is
have
about
cut
right.
him after he wrecked on the motorcycle.
We're getting a hard rap from our producer.
Still to come on New England Nation.